It's the SKOR North Twins Show.
I have said it before. I will say it again. Do not let the Twins get hot. Whatever you do, as a society, as an opposing baseball team, do not let the Twins get hot. What's going on, everyone? Declan Goff here, checking in from San Diego. Technically, San Juan Capistrano. That's Dana Point Beach right there. Figured I'd hop on here. My wife's getting ready at the wedding, so I just watched the Twins game here from sunny California. We're just down the road, actually, from Royce Lewis's high school. I just figured that out like a couple hours ago. So hit that like button and subscribe button here, though, on the SKOR North Twins Show YouTube channel. Last thing you can, or the best thing you actually can do to support the SKOR North Twins Show, the red hot SKOR North Twins Show, is hit the like button and subscribe button to keep spreading the word about it. So thank you. Twins pick up a big win over the Baltimore Orioles today. They win 5-2. A clutch, big-time hit from Brooks Lee there in the 8th inning to make life a little bit easier. You know, both Baltimore and mostly Baltimore, to be honest, and the Twins struggle with runners in scoring position. Baltimore should have probably won this game, for being honest. They had the leadoff man on in like 6 of the 9 innings. They had a bunch of runners left on base. Brandon Hyde, I mean, oh boy, like I don't know, man. He might be obviously on borrowed time there in Baltimore. They might, if you thought the Twins start was bad, Baltimore, Atlanta being another team, are just a couple that the Twins that have really failed to live up to expectations, and the Twins are obviously now clicking. And Baltimore has been struggling all season. If the wind's really bad here, by the way, let me know. I'm just trying to get a good backdrop right at the beach. Figured that'd be better than the hotel room. But yeah, Twins get up a big win here. They're now, I believe, 11-4 over their last 15 games. You know, they've started 0-4 on the season. And now since then, they've actually been playing a lot better baseball, especially over the last couple of weeks. They're now 2 games under 500 on the year, which was as deep as, 7-8 games not too long ago. So the fact that the Twins have crawled back from that is huge. And, you know, that they're good signs. Like, we get into some Royce Lewis struggles here in just a bit, but Royce is back. Willie Castro's back. Their starting pitching has been awesome. The bullpen locked things down again today. I know Carlos Correa has been fighting it mostly at the plate this season, but you'd like to think he starts picking things up. And look, again, Baltimore not, living up to expectation. The Angels haven't been a good team this year. We all know how bad the White Sox are. Twins should take care of business against those bad teams, and they've been able to mostly do that this year, which is a good thing. Like, you can't. I get it. Like, it's hard to sometimes take teams maybe seriously when they can't beat the other good teams, but at the end of the day, I mean, what else do you really want, right? Like, you got to be able to at least take care of business against some of those better teams. So, yeah, I mean, it's good signs. I'm glad they swept a Baltimore Orioles team today, and now they get a San Francisco team that's coming in who's been really good this year. They're coming to town this weekend to Target Field, that is. So that'll honestly be a pretty good test for the Twins to try to figure out, if they can hang with one of the better teams in baseball in the San Francisco Giants after beating up on some of the softies. Yeah, Royce Lewis back for the first time. He obviously has played in all 3 games. DH the first 2, played in some third base today. Still looking for his first hit on the season. I think going back to last year, Royce 0 for 28, 0 for 29. I'm sure he doesn't really care about, the struggles or doesn't really look at the struggles that happened last year as he's trying to get the monkey off his bat for his first hit of the season. But I would envision that he'd be able to bounce back from that, which would be huge for the Twins. They obviously need him to start swinging a good bat. But, I mean, the fact that lineup's together, I mean, Byron Buxton, Correa, and Royce Lewis are all back in the lineup, which is huge. It's only, the 48th time that's been the case for the Twins this year, or for the Twins, since all 3 of them have basically been on the same roster. They've been injured for majority points of the season. So, I think Royce eventually figures things out and gets going here at the plate. He's got a flair for the dramatic, so it's pretty hard to keep Royce Lewis quiet for too long, and I envision he'll be just fine too. So yeah, I mean, Twins picking up some big wins here. San Francisco is obviously going to be the more tougher test, but at the same time, that's good. Stockpile these wins. They obviously are going to need them. See Greg Nelson here. Let's see if I can show this. I'm using the mobile side of this, so this is a little off. But Greg says, Yes, they are playing better, but that 11-4, 8 of those wins are against the White Sox, Angels, Orioles. But you are right. At least we are beating those teams. I hope this continues. Yeah, look. I get it. You want to see the Twins actually compete with some of the better teams in baseball, and they certainly, I think, are going to be able to eventually do that. But beat up on the bad teams, man. Like last year, they got beat up a lot. They got beat up by Cleveland already in 3 out of 4 this year. But if you can take care of business against the bad teams, that's only going to make life, a lot easier for you. So that's all good and gravy, and I'm excited to see what they do in San Francisco. Obviously, I am nowhere near Minnesota right now, but I will be back there on Sunday for the series finale against the Giants for another extra innings episode. Mackey traveling for work and conferences as well. Judd and AJ holding it down on the home front there. So I'll have a bonus episode of the SKOR North Twins Show from Target Field on Sunday to wrap things up against San Francisco. But yeah, man, I mean, this is a similar thing that happened last year, and I know I know it's not great to get off to 7 wins in your first 20 of the season, but now they're 11-4. They're playing a little bit better, and hopefully the Twins can build on that against a good San Fran team. Yeah, Joe Ryan too. So Joe was scheduled to start today. He ended up not being able to start due to illness. Apparently, there's a bug going around. Probably a good thing I'm not in that clubhouse. I don't want to be getting sick. Joe Ryan was battling a bug. He wasn't able to throw today, so Bailey Ober had to be moved up a bit, but he was still on the normal 5 days rest. He gives the Twins 5 solid innings. He ran into some traffic. He induced some runners on the field there, but mostly did a pretty good job giving his team a chance to win. And then tomorrow, Chris Paddock will go on Friday, and then Joe Ryan, who was scheduled to start today, he will pitch on Saturday. So I mean, it's illnesses. Hopefully, all good things there. And if you can't go, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens there. But I mean, that these are good. This is good. The Twins are winning games, man. It's been a long time since the last time that's been a long time since this happened. So hopefully that illness that's going around there is not going to be a problem. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me here from San Juan Capistrano. Hit the like button and subscribe button here on the SKOR North Twins Show YouTube channel. We're just about to 5,000 subs. I know there's been kind of a lack of content over the last week. That's on me. A lot of crazy stuff happened between a move, traveling here, but you can still expect plenty of SKOR North Twins Show content into your feeds here throughout the month of May and beyond. My name's Declan Goff. If you've discovered this channel for the first time, I cover the Twins from a podcasting side. Today, covering the Twins from what is this? Dana Point Beach here. But appreciate everyone that has liked and supported the SKOR North Twins Show here. What else we got? Let's see what Robbie B, my guy, always chiming in on SKOR North stuff. After they won 10 games in a row against the A's and White Sox, they were contenders last year. Yeah, and then they went on that pretty rough losing streak where they got beat up by Cleveland, they got beat up by the Yankees, classic, and then they were just very streaky. I mean, maybe that's the case again with this team. Maybe they are just a very streaky team. I do think it's worth saying though that them having Correa, Buxton, and Royce back in the lineup is pretty big. I think actually the starting pitching is even better and deeper than it was a year ago. I mean, I know Chris Paddock isn't necessarily giving you, the longest of starts or the most dominant of performances, but he's been able to hold up on his own. And then Zebby and Festa, who I see in the YouTube comments section, we're already seeing some David Festa. Zebby Matthews might be coming up here at some point. So and the pipeline in general, Luke Keeschall, who looked great before breaking his forearm, probably out a while, but. That's great, man. I think this team is in a lot better position to potentially get hot here. They're not gonna win every other game the rest of the way. But if you take 2 out of 3 from a really good San Francisco Giants team, I mean, I get why you start getting excited again. I know this has been a roller coaster for the better part of the last 162 games, which is why Tyler, I agree with you here on our YouTube comments section. Is it just me, or does this streak feel a little different? I do think it feels a little different, just again because of their health, and I think their pitching staff's better. They dubbed themselves, or maybe other people dubbed the Twins bullpen the best bullpen in all of baseball. I don't know if it's the best bullpen, but I mean, a great performance today. Some great performances overall. Griffin Jacks had a really important 8th inning today. Duran threw 6 pitches to get out of the 9th, which was sweet. So that was all good and gravy. the Central's good, man. The Tigers are really good this year. I think that's what you probably have to, even though the Twins don't worry about what they can't control, what other teams are doing. Last year, this division had 3 teams, make the playoffs, and the Cleveland Guardians went to the ALCS. So it's still the White Sox are horrendous. Everyone knows that, but if and I don't know if the Twins can catch Detroit. They've dug themselves such a hole, but maybe with how they've been playing lately, I really like their chance of maybe being a better team and maybe a more consistent team and less streaky team than they were obviously in last season. What else here, guys? Appreciate y'all hanging out with me here. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go grab some lunch somewhere here in San Juan Capistrano, then heading back to San Diego tomorrow to spend the night in the city before heading back to Minneapolis on Saturday. But appreciate Judd and AJ. They're holding it down back at SKOR North. Phil traveling as well. Appreciate everyone that has still tuned into the SKOR North Twins Show, even despite the turbulent times this season. I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. So appreciate you guys for hanging out with me here. Mike says summer sauce. Oh, sorry, Mike here. Mike says, let's see if I can pull this up. Mike says summer sausage greater than the Trojan helmet. Yeah, the summer sausage was so weird. I don't mind the Trojan helmet. Everyone does something a little goofy, right? But I don't know what I don't really know what else they could have done. I think the meat, and that was more like a Kyle Farmer thing too, who right is now back with her in Colorado, playing for the Rockies. So yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's good. I think it's pretty solid. I think that'll do it for me here, though. Twins get a big win. They sweep the Baltimore Orioles. Now they get a bigger test again against the San Francisco Giants. So hopefully the Twins can stay hot. I'll start trademarking that. Maybe I print the shirts. Maybe we add that to the SKOR North shop. You can go to skornorthshop.com, by the way, to get all the merch that we do have. Maybe that's the next thing. Maybe don't let the Twins get hot. Might be the trademark there that I'll have to might have to include. Well, all right, guys. I'm gonna go find a place to eat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. Hit that like button and subscribe button too on the SKOR North Twin Show YouTube channel. I'll be back on Sunday for extra innings from Target Field. So see you then.